This is Hannibal here from the Hannibal TV on YouTube. Was just looking at Marty Jannetty's Facebook page. We can only assume that he might be on one of his famous benders, perhaps, because he's posted that he has been hacked again. He has been hacked again, so maybe Marty has posted some stuff over the weekend that he regrets, and once again, possibly he's saying he's been hacked. But I got a very strange text message from Marty. Here. I'll just explain something about Marty Jannetty. I've done a lot of interviews with him over the years. My first interview with him was during a time before he ever had a podcast. And people weren't posting wrestling interviews for free on the internet. I was one of the first. I was probably the first to do shoot interviews custom for the internet. People were making fun of me for it at the time because they didn't understand that YouTube pays, but you could call me an innovator. Since that first interview with Marty that I paid him a very good amount of money for, he's had a podcast. He's done like 50 podcast episodes with various hosts, and he's probably done like 8-ish interviews with me. So his value is nowhere near what it was for the first one. On top of that, I know when he does interviews with guys like Buff Bagwell, he does them for free. I know he's even done smaller podcasts for free. And from what he tells me, who knows how credible he is, when he was doing his own podcast, he was doing some type of a split with his various hosts, which he's had fallings out with all of his hosts. But he's always complaining to me about money. He's telling me he's currently living with his wife, and apparently the wife's sister recently moved in with a child, and they're all hard on money. At one point, Pat Tanaka, according to Marty, was also living in their driveway. So I said, hey, well, I'll do more regular podcasts with you, but I'll do it for a reasonable price. And it's a more than fair price. And keep in mind, I did stick up for him when Buff Bagwell said he was going to be the next one to die. Since then, about 5 or 6 wrestlers have died, including Sabu and the Hulkster himself, Hulk Hogan. But I stuck up for him. But he sends me an extremely rude message about how insulting my offer is to him, which was more than fair. And by the way, pal, if you do podcasts regularly and you have an amount and you don't waste it on drugs and alcohol, not only will you build a following, but your money will actually add up. But he says he does not do podcasts anymore for less than $1,000 a podcast. So good luck, anyone making $1,000 back off of a Marty Jannetty podcast. Marty, you're very rude. You're no longer my friend. I hope you don't die. You're lucky to be alive as long as you are, and there's a reason you're as poor and destitute as you are right now. You are your own worst enemy.